Okay, Crimson Desert, one of the most anticipated games of 2026, and quite recently has just blown up out of absolutely nowhere. And just the amount of hype that this game has, it's just ridiculous. And to give you guys some little context, as you can see here, the game has just absolutely exploded. And this is on Google Trends, by the way. So, yeah, as you can see, it's just absolutely crazy. But back to the main point of this video is going to be just about why this game just simply might not be for you. And to get into a little detail here, so quite recently a bunch of creators got to go play Crimson Desert early, around 6 hours at LA, I believe, in LA. And they got to post their reactions and just post their first impressions of the 6 hours and just what they thought of it. And I gotta say, there was a lot, I mean a lot of talk about just the game not holding your hand, right, in terms of helping you throughout the game, right, and helping you through puzzles and learn these new things. Because I really think Pearl Abyss just wants you to experience this by yourself without any handheld, like hand holding, right? Which I think is completely fine because it just allows people to really just explore and trial and error throughout this entire game, right? Which is, in my opinion, that's awesome. I love that fact how they're not holding your hand, right? Because I do get mad at sometimes with games like hold your hand way too much and like they spoil it way too quickly. Like I'm pretty sure there's a clip of uh, in God of War Ragnarok when you're trying to get through this puzzle, right? And Atreus like spoils the entire little puzzle in like a second. Like you didn't even get a chance to figure it out. And this game does not do that at all. Like if you cannot figure it out, it's it's just like okay, like I'm not gonna give you any hints. I'm just gonna wait until you finish it, the puzzle. There's no hints. There's no nothing in this game. It's basically just raw gameplay, and that's I love that. Right? There's no nothing. Like it's not gonna tell you, oh, maybe you should try to find this hatch underneath this thing, or maybe try to shoot this arrow so it hits this and it reveals that. It's not gonna tell you that. It's just gonna it's just gonna basically it's going to give you a text and that's it. No more after that. There's no magical voice in the background or no nothing telling you, "Oh, maybe you should try this and that." And so for a lot of people, it's going to be brutal. Like it's people are not going to like it cuz it's not going to help you in any way, shape or form. So, yeah, that's why people are not going to like this game. Okay, so one of the next points I really want to mention is and this is a big one. There is no difficulty settings in the game. Like there's not an easy mode, there's not a medium mode, there's not a hard mode, there's none of that. You just basically get into the game and that there's no difficulty settings. And for a lot of people, that might really like flip the switch and be like, "Yeah, I'm not going to get it now." And that's okay, right? Because Will Powers, the marketing director for Crimson Desert, said in an interview about how this game has no difficulty settings. But he did say this, which was really cool. You can basically go and farm XP and get all these crazy loot before you like fight the boss, right? And then he basically says like, yeah, well, you could basically just like two shot the boss if you just went and leveled up for a bit, which is really cool. So this game is just all about you leveling up, right? And you going exploring and finding these things. And for that, that might not be for people. People just want to get through the main quest of the game, but they can't because the boss is so incredibly hard that they need to stop playing the main story and go level up, go spend some time leveling up. And for some people, it's just like, I don't really want to go. I just want to play the main story. So I can really see why people might not, get that. They just don't like that. For me, I absolutely love it. It makes it feel more immersive and just it makes it feel so much better in my opinion. I don't know why, it just does. Right? I'm excited for that reason. I'm excited to get challenged, right? Because I will say the last time I really got challenged in a video game was probably Black Myth Wukong. Like there are some crazy bosses in Black Myth Wukong that they're not easy. Like they're freaking hard. It took me a lot of times, but in Black Myth Wukong, it's legit just trial and error until you basically master the moves of the opponent, right? And yeah, with this game it's probably a little different just because sure you can master the moves, but like your health and other things that can't really be changed, right? Because Black Myth Wukong's just purely story. Like sure there's some side things, but hardly any compared to this game. So yeah, that might be the make or break for a lot of people, right? All right, let's move on to the next point. So, next point is the huge open world. Kind of like I was saying in my last point, like this game wants you to go and explore and level up. And like I said, people just might want to play the campaign, and that might be it's fine, but it's gonna be brutal if you try to do that, right? And unless you're just absolutely a freak at video games, right? But anyway, the huge open world. Some people might just feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff in this game, right? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard a rumor about how the main campaign is around 50 to 80 hours, which is just ridiculous. That's the main campaign. Like, that's not including side quests and exploring just the game. Like, to 100% this game, you're going to be putting hundreds and hundreds of hours into this game easily. Easily. And for people, that it might be way too much because it could feel like the game's just scattered so crazy across the campaign. It might not just feel solid. Like you're always just just doing a whole bunch of things, and I don't know. It could definitely turn some people off, and that's fine too. You know, it's this game's like I'm saying, this game's might not be for everybody, right? But yeah, okay. Let's move on because I want to really get to this point as well. Kind of leads with my huge open world. So the complex systems. Crimson Desert has a crazy complex system. Like it is just like I'll pull up a image of the skill tree and you can just really see how many skills and everything are in this game. It's ridiculous. So that really ties into the huge open world and just feeling overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things that are in this game, right? Because like this is a combo driven game, right? And you can't this game is not Elden Ring where you can just mash R1 and R2 light and heavy attack. Like no, and maybe pop some cool ability. Like no, 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 no. No. This game is way, way more complex than that. It is crazy. The systems in this game are wild. Like if you're good with a combo driven game and you like all those crazy combos and pressing all these buttons and just doing all the crazy stuff, you're gonna have a fun ass time with this game. Trust me, it's gonna be nuts. But if you're a guy who's like never really played a big complex combat system, and you're gonna struggle with it, I imagine. Like even I might struggle. I do like combo driven games. It makes it feel way more fun and immersive, right? Like Black Myth Wukong. That game was a combo driven game. Sure, yeah, you did a lot of light attacks and crap, whatever, but like still though, I enjoyed it. Same with God of War Ragnarok. Sure, there was a lot of like R1, R2, whatever, but there could be a lot of combos in that game as well. And I like combos, you know. Okay, my final point is going to be high expectations, right? So, right now the hype around Crimson Desert is massive. Like some people are expecting a mix of Red Dead 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Witcher, but the game seems like much more focused on difficulty combat and complex systems. So if you're expecting a super casual open world RPG, this might not be the game you think it is. Like I was saying in my previous points, right? This game is super complex. Like the amount of systems and the sheer scale of things are ridiculous. Like and one thing that people say a lot about this game, I hate this point more than anything, is, oh, everything looks good, but I can see the story being like the lackluster slash just the worst part of the game. And I hate that take. It's horrible because you've never played the game, right? But I can understand because they really haven't shown much of the story yet. But like they could be doing that for spoilers, so you can't say anything until you play the damn game. So no, I'm not taking those people's opinions at all when it comes to that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, don't expect this to be like a very easy game. Like this game's not going to be easy, right? And if you don't like super complex games with super massive scale battles, which I don't, that's probably a bad take. But anyway, okay. Anyway, if or super complex systems where you can't just button mash R1 and R2. Like you're gonna be throwing combos, you're gonna be throwing crazy stuff, and yeah, some people might not like that at all. So yeah, it's just you can't expect the like I don't know. It's really weird when it comes to this game because I feel like they've shown so much just about the mechanics and the gameplay of this game, right? I just feel like we haven't really seen so much of the story and just like, oh, how will a session look like when we boot this game up? And so that's the things I worry about maybe a little bit, right? But I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really worried. If I had to say, I'm just super excited for this game because it looks absolutely incredible. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know, like, this game's not going to be for everybody. Like, especially the handhelding point and figuring out what the heck to do. I think that's going to be a massive, massive problem with this game. And I only say that because that was probably the most common complaint I've seen on that 6 hour demo that the content creators got to have. Like, that was the most complaint. Like, they had to ask the devs, like, oh, what do I do here? Like, I'm stuck, right? Because I'm telling you right now, man, I have watched all those videos. I'm a Crimson Desert nerd at this point. I know a lot about this game, even though I've never played it, right? But yeah, I definitely think that's probably going to be one of the problems. Maybe some bugs could be potentially a bad problem, but yeah, in the end, I definitely think the handhelding problem is going to be bad. I think that's the one thing that's really going to drag it down, in my opinion, right? But hey, there's YouTube tutorials. That's why people are posting their stuff about and gameplay, just previews of the game, right? Whatever. Yeah, because stay tuned because you're definitely going to see my walkthrough of the game for sure because this game's just absolutely crazy. I know a lot of people are going to need help too and maybe just figure out if this game is actually for them as well. So, yeah, so stay tuned for that when the game releases. It's going to be awesome. But in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Can't tell you I'm excited for this. How excited I am for this game. Like really, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The amount of hype that's been built up over these last 4 or 3 months have just been just crazy, right? So I'm super excited to really get my hands on this game and yeah, see what it's all about because I'm so excited to see what this game's all about, right? Well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.